Welcome to Splat Cat. The topic of this episode is high fives. With us, we have Coco Neiman. She's an actress. She's a comedian. I am your host, and I am a painter, and I'm a liar about jobs. And so, let's get to it. A 1, 2, 3, 4. High fives, here we go. High fives, yo, yo, yo. High fives, high fives, high fives, high fives. High fives. No, 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 no. High fives. Our first question we will start off with is, what is a high five, Cokes?
A high five is a greeting to show affection.
So, Coco, why don't you think a high five is called a high four?
Well, because you're using all 5 of your fingers instead of just 4 of them, so it would be called a high five. Because then the other person would feel your finger, and that might hurt them, and you never want to hurt someone.
This. So, Coco, do you prefer a high five or a fist bump, personally?
I prefer a high five.
Okay.
What do you prefer?
I like fist bumps better. But do you like a high five compared to, like, how would you rate a high five on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably.
Compared to a fist bump.
I'd say high five is like an 8, and fist bump is like a 7.
Cool. So, Coco, if you were to invent a new kind of like high five, what would it be?
I would call it the double triple high five flip.
How would you go about doing this?
Okay, let's take an example. So, first we do this, then we do a third high five, and then we flip our hands, and that's the double triple high five flip.
What about a coronavirus friendly high five? You're like basically exposing all parts. Your legs, your hands.
Okay, well then you wouldn't do that one.
A lot.
You could do a different one that I called air high five. It's where lift up your hand, we go like that, and we don't actually touch, so that we're not spreading germs.
Cool. Personally, if I were to invent one, what I would do is I'd call it the double five, or the quadruple five. It's where you go double. Wait, no, one up like that, and then like that. So, do that, boom. So, now for our crazy idea of the episode. This is themed about high fives. Coco is going to tell us. Drum roll, please.
High five mania.
Okay, so how High Five Mania works is it's a game, and you try to high five the other person as many times as you can, and whoever gets, you have to do it creative wise. You can't be going like this. You have to go like boom, 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 boom. You can't just keep hitting them over and over again. So, try this at home. Play it with your friends. Ooh, double poo-poo through the leg. Oh. Double through the leg.
Double. No.
Ow. High five. Oh. Bye. Now, for the final part of the day, we will be drawing a high five with you. Let's go. tell you. So, friends, today we're drawing a high five for our topic of the episode. And follow along. Coco's going to be penciling. She's going to draw it in pencil. I'm going to be using black marker. And let's start. So first, on one side, we're going to draw a head. Pretty circular, potato-like, lemon-like head. And inside, we're going to draw 2 circles, not too big. That size about, that's big actually, but that size about.
That's what you
Coke,
get for using marker.
you know what matters about art?
To have fun.
Doesn't have to be like ours. So inside, I'm going to draw 2 circles, a big one and a small one. I'm going to do that in each eye. And we will fill it in, coax. If you're on the pencil option, don't fill it in until the end, just because it's going to look weird, or it's not going to look perfect, or maybe I. So just fill it in, and this sec I'll show you the next step. So the next step is we are going to draw their mouths. So let's draw 2 circles like that, or not a circle, but a mouth with a tiny hook at the end, not a hook. Something like that.
Like a U kind of.
Yeah, 2 U's. And Coach, what do these people need?
A body.
Yeah. So let's start off with a kind of brick shape, but we're pointing down like this. Go across like this. Drag down a little bit like an H going out. And this is going to be his pants. So I drag them down a bit more. And if you're behind us, you can always stop and pause the video and catch up.
Or go back.
Yeah. So now let's draw the guy's feet. Draw them like this. And draw a line in. Next, draw a line up like that. And down. And so we'll do what we did on this side. Go over here, draw a line on the bottom. Line's a bit big. And loop back in.
I'm just going to
Cokes. Sometime if you want to go past it, you could. And so on the bottom here, draw it so that this is the bottom part of the rubber. And so that is our guy. If you want him to wear shorts, you can you can draw lines so he has shorts on. But there are 2 things he needs. He needs his hair and his arms. So let's draw those. First, let's draw one arm going like this and looping into there, looping into the body. Draw it up here so it's a t-shirt. We're gonna draw it right here. It's a t-shirt. Yours looks good. Yours doesn't have to be like us. Just practice to have fun. So on the other side, let's draw his arm coming up. And be going into a big at the end. Then we'll draw it down like that. And draw a line right there. Or you can draw it like he looks normal, but I'm going to draw it so that it's big. We're going to draw it as they're heading hands. And so our guys need hair. Well, the first one does. So let's draw hair. Coax, or is yours going to be a boy or a girl?
I think my first one is going to be a boy.
So for the boy's hair, you can have two options. You can either draw it zigzaggy like this, or you can do, if you're at home, you can draw hair however you want, maybe. But you can either do it like that, or if it's curly hair, you do curls at the top. So that's one of our guys. You can draw the ground if you want, but they're going to be jumping. And so for our next guy, let's start here at the head. Draw another circle.
Another potato.
Yeah. And draw two circles again, although this time they're looking up at the high five right here. So this guy's looking up from here, and this guy's going to be looking up here. So we're going to have it like this, the guy's looking up there. And fill it in if you are on the markers option. And so, once you filled it in, let's draw the mouth. You can draw it either direction, but draw a U with one side being bigger, kind of like a J. And then a capital J where you draw on that. So now let's draw his body. Are you going to have two boys or two girls? Or one boy and one girl?
I think a boy and a girl.
Okay. So this guy's probably a bit skinnier. Or you can draw him the same size. Well, I drew him this size. And let's
Is it
draw
okay
a
if I
line
draw
here
kind
so
of
it's
a
like
dress on me a little bit?
Oh yeah, fine.
I'll just make the
If
pants.
you're drawing
a
a
little
dress, curve yours out more. Okay? Oh, and we forgot something for our boy, our first boy. If you're having a collar like that, or you're having a cut here like this, you should draw that if you would like. My other boy will have one too. And so you can do that if you want. But the next step is now draw these down a little and do the same thing with the feet. Do it right here, it's cutting in, and then drag it back in. It's always easier to drag towards you than to drag away from you. So if your lines are a bit squiggly, you think, then draw towards you, drag it towards you to make stronger lines. So the next step is draw the V on like that and draw the bottom of the shoes, the rubber. And next, let's draw the arm. Let's draw the arm that's not doing the high five first. Oh, you guys are a bit far apart, so I'm the big arm guy.
Okay.
So for this, just draw his arm. I think my guys make sure they're the right distance apart. Sorry, we said this now, but pick a nice distance. So now what's he missing? His other arm?
And
Let's draw a belt on this guy. So draw it below or above. Then in the middle of it.
Can I just draw
Draw
a
two lines
little
right
bow
there.
on mine since mine's a girl?
Sure. Never seen it before, but so now draw this guy's arm. So going up like that, and boom, connect. Perfect. Now we need to draw the other part. And you want them to be like superhero guys? Kinda? No, they're not superheroes.
Still missing the hair.
Yes, we are missing the hair, so let's do that now. So, if you're doing a
I
girl
can show the
hair,
option.
I'll do a girl. How about you do
Because
the
you
other
have a
option
belt
for a boy
on
to
yours.
show. Oh, you're right, but you have a belt on yours too.
No, I don't.
I'll just do the girl's option, okay?
I will too, because this is a girl.
So you can do it many different ways, but I'll do mine like this. With all the braids sticking out of mine. So 2 loops up, kind of like an upside down V, or how people draw birds sometimes. And so I'm gonna draw a braid on mine because I feel like that's not enough hair. So I'm gonna draw a little thing holding the hair. And then I'm gonna draw a braid. So now we have one last thing. We're going to have a bubble saying pow up here. Because the perfect high five. So draw spikes around the outside of the bubble.
Oh.
So now let's when you're ready, make sure your bubble's big so that you can write pow. That's a problem most of the time.
Mine is a little small.
And you can write pow however you want. I'm going to do it in block letters. Now, it's great and all, but Cokes, what do we need to do?
Color it.
Okay, so before we color it, we are just going to skip ahead, and then you can copy the coloring, okay? So, here are a few extra things you can do. One of the things is you can separate the pants from the shoes.
I did that.
I don't really like it, but you can do whatever you'd like. You can also draw designs on the shoes, if you'd like to do that. And the final thing is the pow up here. You can draw another line inside in case you want to do orange and yellow like I'm doing. And when we're done, I'll show you what it looks like.
So these are how our drawings turned out. They're not the same, and yours don't have to be the same either. The most important thing is to have fun and to practice.
There's one more thing some artists do. It's optional. You can, anytime you make something, sign your name and write the date on the back.
I think I'll do that.
So you know when you did it. What's the date?
What do you mean?
It's the 13th. Good? Or no?
I like mine. I'm proud of it. What's the date?
It's May 13th, 2020. So we hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun.